Good evening. The time now is 11 p.m. Our top stories. Malaysia has no qualms for Australia to publish its own 666 report. ASEAN bloc strongly condemns airstrike in Myanmar, and the WHO is monitoring the ARCTURUS COVID-19 subvariant. Well, there you're now with me, Douglas Elliott, and you're now tuning in to TVS Nightline. We begin with this. Malaysia has no qualms if Australia were to release its own report of the Sabah airplane tragedy which killed the then Sabah Chief Minister Tun Fuad Stevens in 1976. Transport Minister Anthony Loke said Malaysia had communicated the matter with the Australian government through the High Commission in Malaysia on the timing of the report to be released.
Loke said the Australian side was prepared to release their report. Dubbed as the 666 tragedy, the crash involved an Australian-made Nomad 9M ATZ aircraft operated by Sabah Air, carrying prominent personalities from Labuan, which crashed in Sembulan district while approaching Kota Kinabalu International Airport, Sabah, on June 6, 1976. The investigation's final report into the Sabah airplane crash has been classified as an open document and can be accessed on the Transport Ministry's website starting April 12. 11 lives were lost in the tragedy. Local media today quoted Tun Fuad Stevens' family saying Malaysia's declassification of the report on the tragedy will not give a complete picture unless Australia's reports on the matter are also released.
The Association of Southeast Asian Nations, or ASEAN, strongly condemns an airstrike earlier this week that killed dozens of people in a remote village in Myanmar. Tuesday's attack in the Sagaing area in the country's northwest was the deadliest in a recent string of military air attacks history, killing up to 100 people, including children, and has drawn global condemnation.
On Wednesday, UN Chief Antonio Guterres issued a statement strongly condemning the attack, while the United States said it was deeply concerned. On Thursday, the ASEAN chair said all forms of violence must end immediately, referring to the use of force against civilians. Myanmar has been in chaos since military coup in early 2021 that opened a decade of tentative democratic reform, with a bloody crackdown on protests giving rise to an armed struggle against the junta. ASEAN agreed a peace plan with the junta in 2021, but members have been increasingly frustrated by the military's failure to halt offensives and open dialogue with the resistance movement, backed by the ethnic minority armies and Shadow National Unity Government, or NUG, which the junta has declared a terrorist movement. A junta spokesperson said Tuesday's attack targeted a ceremony held by the NUG for the Armed People's Defense Force, adding the attack aimed to restore peace and stability in the region.
In COVID-19 update, as the World Health Organization WHO is currently monitoring the development of the new COVID-19 subvariant dubbed the ARCTURUS, the leading cause of the spike of COVID-19 cases in India currently. First detected in January, ARCTURUS is a recombinant of two descendants of another Omicron variant BA.2 with a mutational mutation in its spike protein.
ARCTURUS has also been detected in over 20 countries, including Singapore, the United States, United Kingdom, and Australia. Laboratory studies show ARCTURUS has increased infectivity as well as potential increased pathogenicity. The symptoms of XBB.1.16 are reportedly the same as previous variants, which includes fever, shortness of breath, and a cough. However, many of those infected are also reporting conjunctivitis and sticky eyes. Earlier studies by University of Tokyo also found that ARCTURUS is nearly 1.2 times as transmissible as XBB.15 subvariant, but is believed to be less severe. The subvariant is responsible behind a 13-fold surge in cases in India in March. On Thursday, there were 44,998 active cases reported in the country. 2 Indian states have also reintroduced mask wearing in public places and schools, sparking concerns among the public. Doctors in India are urging citizens to remain calm. Although the new subvariant appears to be more contagious, doctors say that there has not been an uptick in fatalities yet.
Now, meanwhile, in Malaysia, Health Minister Dr. Zaliha Mustafa said that it is business as usual for hospitals despite the increase in the number of COVID-19 patients admission. She said COVID-19 admissions rose 17.6% in early April compared to March, with the majority of patients being in the high-risk groups such as the elderly or those with comorbidity. However, Dr. Zaliha assured that the situation is not as alarming as most cases show light symptoms and are in stable conditions. She urged those high-risk individuals to get their booster shots as there will be waning immunity in the period of 3 to 6 months from its last dose. In local development, Sarawak Deputy Premier Dato' Sri Dr. Sim Kui Hian hopes that the federal government will assess the approval requirements for the construction of additional fire stations in the state based on geographical aspects. He deemed the existing assessment method based on the population as no longer relevant in Sarawak, owing to its vast area and scattered population, especially in rural and interior areas.
For example, our Sarawakian in the rural area has as much rights as the urban Sarawakian in terms of health. I mean, just not because you live in rural area, you expect less health, and those who live in urban area expect better health. Likewise, I mean, that the model in West Malaysia is based on population. They don't look at the geographical into consideration, and I think the Pengarah of Bomba Sarawak can tell you a bit more that Sarawak always wants a special categories that is not applicable to West Malaysia. So I hope that all our member of parliaments really know their staff, do their homework before they open their mouth.
He said this after attending a fire safety campaign for the Aidilfitri season at the Ramadan Bazaar in Stutong Community Market on Thursday. Meanwhile, Sarawak Director of the Malaysian Fire and Rescue Department, Dato' Kiruddin Rahman, said, based on a risk study, Sarawak needs a total of at least 60 fire stations, but so far has only 39 fire stations.
Dan sekarang kita dibantu oleh bomba sukarela sebab kita ada lebih kurang 56 pasukan bomba sukarela. Dan sekiranya ada peruntukan bomba sukarela ini boleh kita bangunkan, di-upgrade menjadi balai bomba kategori E yang mana boleh beroperasi, memberi perkhidmatan yang terbaik lah kepada masyarakat.
Kiruddin added that Sarawak's bomba was also strengthened by 56 volunteer fire brigades, and if there was a special provision, Category E fire stations could be built for these volunteer brigades, especially in the rural areas and interiors of the state. The Sarawak timber industry has been urged to explore biomass potentials following the increasing foreign demands. Deputy Premier Dato' Amar Awang Tengah Ali Hassan said that Japan and South Korea have also moved toward greener alternative energy to replace coal, petroleum, and nuclear energy.
So, ini adalah satu opportunity. Mungkin kita tidak dapat bergantung sebenarnya kepada law yang kita nak ekspor. Sekarang ini pun juga kita reduce, very much reduce. But opportunities are there. Dari segi pengeluaran high value.
He stated that Sarawak has exported wood pallets worth 23.1 million ringgit, which is an increase compared to 2021. Awang Tengah made it clear that in order to enhance the capability of timber industries, it should focus on high-value products and biomass.
Similarly, Awang Tengah said that Sarawak is confident of fulfilling its target of gazetting 1 million hectares of protected land areas by 2025, as it manages to reach 87.3% out of the targeted areas.
Dan kita akan terus menggeser beberapa kawasan untuk dijadikan sebagai national park, wildlife sanctuary. Target kita ialah untuk mencapai 1 juta kawasan yang terhidup. Dan kita yakin kita boleh mencapai kerana 87.3% sudah kita capai dan sudah kita gagal. Target kita adalah by year 2025 kita akan dapat berjaya watakan sekurang-kurangnya 1 juta.
Awang Tengah added further that Sarawak has land that spans over 12.4 million hectares. Based on current records from the Sarawak Forestry Department, the largest forest coverage in Malaysia is approximately 62%, or 7.7 million hectares of land that is still covered by forests.
Food-based entrepreneurs in Sarawak are once again invited to participate in the Sarawak Gastronomy or SAGO Incubator 2023 to be held this upcoming May 2nd. The 10-week program aims to encourage the creation of unique and interesting food offerings that showcase the rich diversity of Sarawak's cuisine and local ingredients. Deputy Minister of Tourism, Creative Industry and Performing Arts II, Dato' Snowden Lawan, described the food industry as not only one of the key pillars of Sarawak's economy, but also one of the biggest job creators for Sarawakians.
Because during the pandemic, you see, people are mushroom. People they don't know cook, can become a cook. Because they need to survive for the last 2 years because of the pandemic.
The program, which is in its second installation, has successfully produced participants who succeeded in diversifying their products and growing their business through the network and support of experts and mentors in the industry.
And we are confident that this year program will be even more successful. We hope to see more inspiring food entrepreneurs taking advantage of this opportunity and contributing to the development of food industry in Sarawak.
He was met by reporters at the pre-launch of the SAGO Incubator at Tegas Digital Village on Thursday. For this year's edition, the SAGO Incubator program is open to 16 food-based entrepreneurs.
We'll be taking a short break. Coming up right after, QPEX told civil servants to spend prudently this festive season, and Japan triggered warning over missile fears. Right here on TVS Nightline, don't go anywhere. Welcome back. Civil servants receiving their early pay tomorrow in conjunction with the Hari Raya Aidilfitri celebration are told to spend prudently. Congress of Unions of Employees in the Public and Civil Services, or QPAX President Dato Adnan Mat said financial planning is vital to sustain till the next payday in May. On April 9, QPAX was reported to have suggested that the civil service salary payment for this month be brought forward to April 14, and the government responded by bringing forward the salary payment to tomorrow. Cheap flight tickets for university students are to be announced by the government soon as the festive season approaches. Now, this involves students from Sabah and Sarawak furthering their studies in the peninsula, as well as those from the peninsula studying in Sabah and Sarawak.
Harga yang lebih baik untuk pelajar dengan subsidi kerajaan untuk pelajar-pelajar IPTA, khususnya pelajar IPTA daripada Sabah Sarawak yang belajar di Semenanjung dan juga untuk pelajar-pelajar Semenanjung yang belajar di Sabah dan Sarawak. Akan kita umumkan tak lama lagi.
Commenting further on the lack of discounts for return flights to Kuching and Kota Kinabalu destinations in conjunction with Aidilfitri, Lok reiterated that the existing flights for economy class have been sold out.
Kita melancarkan penerbangan tambahan pada 6 April yang lalu. Dalam tempoh 3-4 hari dah habis jual semua. So jadi tiket yang ada masih ketika ini, yang masih ada sekarang ini untuk balik ke Sabah dan Sarawak, kebanyakannya hanya tinggal business class. Jadi kita tengok harga tu tinggi. Tapi harga tinggi tu sebab dia tinggal hanya business class. Yang tiket ekonomi, punya kelas ekonomi dah habis jual.
RHB Investment Bank Berhad sees Malaysia as an emerging data center hub in Asia. This, coupled with supportive pro-business policies to attract and retain investors, as Malaysia's large pool of knowledge and skilled workers signifies a competitive advantage in catalyzing greater foreign direct investments.
The research house noted that the unity government under the leadership of Prime Minister Datuk Seri Anwar Ibrahim projects the commitment of Malaysia's transition of digital adoption. It pointed out that the positive outlook of the industry was also supported by the new investment policy unveiled by the Ministry of Investment, Trade and Industry MITI in October 2022, in which the government looks to boost high-value job opportunities. The research house highlighted 3 stocks, namely Telekom Malaysia Berhad, target price RM6.20, Time.com, RM5.60, and Sunway Construction Group Berhad, RM2.07, that are believed to be the core beneficiaries of the DC boom. As for the ASEAN region, the research house said demand for hyperscale DC facilities is being fueled by strong investments and upgrades to new technologies and the transition to 5G networks.
Hari Raya Aidilfitri is not Raya without its song. Thus, for this year, Zoop Entertainment has collaborated with the former contestants of Getar and Jiwa, such as Akim, Hesti, Izwan Dahlan, Nadar Idrus, and Sol, to produce a new Hari Raya song titled Raya.
Its composer, Akim Hidayat, said the song composition is not like the classic Raya songs, as he combined modern elements following the latest and current trends.
Kami orang dapat ada bercadang untuk mengolah lagu untuk tahun 2023, lagu Raya. Jadi dikelakar dengan sikit pihak production di KL. Jadinya pun bersetuju untuk sponsor bagi muzik video dipolah lah, baik sidaknya pun company lah. Jadi kami orang pun create audio pun proses daripada lagu, daripada melodi, lirik apa semua, dan dipresent dengan yang okey, yang suka. Tapi yang perlu ada modern pun konsep. Maksudnya kami orang pun perlu ikut peredaran market yang mana kami orang perlu untuk bersaing dalam market. Kami orang perlu ikut kehendak market lah, maksudnya modern, tapi kami orang bermain juga dengan tradisional pun muzik
ada
untuk
irama Malaysia,
ada Arab juga,
R&B, Arab,
Arabic pun,
semua
Turkish pun
masuk
bunyi
sekali.
masuk juga.
Semua sekali.
Supayanya lebih relevan dan evergreen insyaAllah.
One of the singers, Hasty, is confident that the song will be well received by the public for its catchy tune and easy to memorize lyrics.
Menarik minat remaja dari umur 16 tahun ke atas, yang boleh demiak pun boleh lagu tu sebab dia senang dihafal. Maksudnya genre tu adalah genre umum yang senang orang boleh dengar, yang tahu mana lagu tu sentiasa di repeat macam lagu nostalgia Mak Marik lah, macam Ramadan lah, macam lagu Sriza.
Walaupun modern,
walaupun modern yang boleh diterima oleh rakyat luar lah dan masyarakat luar lah.
The music video for the song Raya was shot in Hulu Langat, Selangor, and so far the video has been viewed more than 7,000 times on the Zoop channel YouTube page after being released for 6 days.
A popular local street food and often eaten as a snack or appetizer, and even sometimes eaten as a meal by health-conscious dinner during iftar. A good popiah must be packed with a generous amount of ingredients, including a fragrant, savory and sweet-tasting vegetables.
A chewy texture from the wrap, juicy and sweet yet savory flavor filling, and a crunchy bite from the crispy vegetables with a sweet and spicy chili sauce. The choice of other ingredients is based on one personal preference.
Pertama sekali saya kena buat kulit. Pagi-pagi dah bangun buat kulit. Buat kulit dari? Kulit tepung. Kulit resipi dia simple, but dia punya kemahiran menyembam dekat atas kuali yang panas tu yang penting. So and then buat inti, banyaklah inti dia sebab ada kacang, kan? The process is banyak, a very long process. So that's why dari pagi tu sampai tengah hari, sos, sengkuang, timun, telur, and then kita sprinkle dengan chicken floss dekat atas dia.
Throughout the month of Ramadan, about 200 rolls were sold within just 5 hours daily. Meanwhile, customers like Ismail and Marlina Abdul Malik have become loyal customers.
Yes, betul. Popiah tok nang the best lah bagi kami in Kuching Town tok lah. Sebab ada juga kami cari popiah lain tapi macam si berapa lah bagi kami. Macam intinya macam kurang. Yes, jadi pilihan kami and nya sesuai untuk dimakan bila kita macam nyasik lah kenyang gila nak. So dapatlah kita beribadah sekejap macamnya sebelum kita nak makan berat ya.
At the same time, Marlina prefers it as a lighter option for breaking fast.
Kami memang hari tu kami kira kami makan memang sebabkan banyak lah, tapi hari tu kami nak berbuka puasa dengan makan popiah basah je. Dan dia makan kurma lah dengan popiah basah, jadi ada diet sikit lah untuk makanan yang sesuai untuk berbuka puasa sebab boleh terlalu berat ilat lah. Jadi kami rasa ia sesuai lah untuk makan sikit untuk kami makan habis dan saya makan nasi sikit lah.
A single roll of wet popiah, priced at 7 ringgit, is ample for a serving size of 2 individuals.
In foreign affairs, Japan has triggered its warning siren in several parts of Hokkaido after authorities detected what might be a new model of ballistic missile launched by North Korea. Footage published on Twitter captured the sound of the alert siren blaring throughout the otherwise peaceful Hokkaido. The missile, authorities said, could land near the island when it launched, but as of press time, Japanese authorities have confirmed that it did not fall on their territory. The emergency warning system has since been deactivated.
We have confirmed that the launched ballistic missile did not fall within our country's territory. It has not been confirmed to have flown into our country's exclusive economic zone, EEZ. Further details are currently being analyzed. That is all.
And finally, the discovery of a stone scoreboard used in an ancient football-like ball game at the famed Mayan Chichen Itza archaeological site in Mexico's Yucatan this week was dubbed as a rare finding by archaeologists. The circular piece, measuring just over 32 centimeters and weighing 40 kilos, displays hieroglyph writing surrounding two players standing next to a ball.
In such a way, the importance of this piece increases the iconography status of the archaeological site of Chichen, and it is really not common to find this type of piece.
The stone, believed to be a scoreboard, dates between 800 Anno Domini and 900 Anno Domini. The ball game was a traditional practice of Mesoamerican people and is believed to have ritual undertones. INA researchers are now preparing to take high-resolution images of the text and iconography for detailed study while preparing it for conservation. The Chichen Itza complex, declared by a World Heritage Site by UNESCO, is one of the main archaeological centers of the Mayan civilization in the Yucatan Peninsula. According to official data, about 2 million people visit the site every year.
See the world closer with TVS as we bring you the latest news updates, both locally and internationally. For more headlines anytime, just head to our website at tvstv.my or follow us on our social media. And that wraps up Nightline for tonight. I'm Douglas Elliott. Thank you for watching.